Friday, February the 9th, 8:11 p.m. Well, you all been watching what's going on. The Biden presidency is unraveling as we speak. All of these Trump investigations, Trump indictments are unraveling as we speak. You know, birds of a feather flock together. I guess that's the old expression, huh? So I guess you would think a nut job would flock with another nut job, right? Well, that's what you got. Biden is unfit for office. He was not even fit to be elected, okay? He lived in his basement. He was never talked to. He was never asked questions. You know, a country of 350 million people. And I believe we're the only country that I've seen on TV that has a leader that can't even put two sentences together. China's leader can. North Korea's leader can. Canadia's leader can. The German leader can. We got a leader that can't. Ain't that amazing? We're supposed to have one of the best processes to elect our leaders, and we've got this nutcase in the White House. It's a real shocker, ain't it? I didn't vote for him. I voted for the man that had already proved that he had guts. He just didn't go, you know, he didn't take the traditional path at policy making. You know, we got that under $2 a gallon gas under him. You remember that? Ain't that shocking? Walks around out here paying down $3 and $3.50 a gallon for gas. We get that man into office, President Trump, and the damn shit drops to $2, under $2 a gallon in places. The border down there's a disgrace. That shouldn't even be political. Everybody should love this country if you're a U.S. citizen. If you don't love it, move out of it. We'll turn this camera off briefly. Camera back on. So what we've really witnessed, you know, you've got Hillary out there running her mouth. Yeah, what American citizen, she's an American citizen, what American citizen would make up a bunch of bullshit about a presidential candidate or a president of being a Russian agent? Or colluding with Russia, make it up, and pay to have it made up. That's like insurrection, ain't it? Think about it. She ain't been charged with jack, has she? And she won't ever be president of this country either. This Fannie Willis lady, you know, it gets worse by each passing day. You know, I got a question for her. Look, it's the state of Georgia, Fulton County, prosecuting Donald Trump with this whatever RICO case. Well, what the hell she need to go, or her special prosecutor need to go to Washington, D.C. for? Trump evidently broke the law in Georgia, didn't he? Well, they need to go up there for. Oh, we know why. She says there's nothing wrong with her relationship. Well, why didn't she disclose it from the get-go? If there's nothing wrong with these visits to Washington, D.C., why didn't she disclose these from the get-go? Yeah, I'd be interested to see what her and Mr. Wade's bank records look like. Are there any substantial money being moved out of his account back to her account. Wonder if there is. I don't know. What would that mean? That whole case is politically driven. It's a bunch of garbage, okay? It'll be thrown out. There's just way too much wrong with this, okay? You can look at this from any angle. Now, this Colorado case with taking Trump off the ballot. You know, I listened to the Supreme Court talking to those attorneys, you know. I'm going to say this right here. The latest addition to the Supreme Court actually impressed me. The female. You know, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to think about this. So the Colorado State Supreme Court, I believe they overturned the lower court. But this decision that they made was a decision that had never been made, I don't believe, in this country ever. Yet they could only come up with a 4-3, 4 yays and 3 noes to take Trump off the ballot. Well, what would that tell you? Wouldn't that sort of clue you in? Wait a minute, something ain't quite right here. We don't have a 5-2, 6-1, or a 7-0 vote on this. So something ain't quite right, huh? And I believe all the jurors on that Supreme Court in Colorado may be all liberals. That's what I've read. I don't know if it's true or not, but it doesn't really matter. And this attorney, you know, you'd think, I listened to questions, you know, he got hit with a lot of hypotheticals himself, using the logic he was trying to use to substantiate the case. And he didn't have any real good answers, so he didn't do his homework. His case was flawed. And you should know that because you only had a 4-3 vote. That ought to tell you something as an attorney, huh? You know, you almost wonder about this attorney. Did he go and approach the 3 justices? When they dissented, what did they say? That might have been the clue for him. I expect the Supreme Court will vote to keep Trump on the ballot. And let's not forget about the other nut job up there in Maine, you know, Secretary of State. You know, she's a real one, ain't she? So all of these little measures is part of the grander conspiracy against Trump. You know, you can't beat the man on his damn policies. You can't outsmart him on policy. I guess you could if you agreed with him. If you agreed with him, you know, of course, you know, you got Biden, you know, he changed everything at the border. There was no legislation passed when Donald Trump was sworn into office when it came to the border. He didn't need any legislation. The Constitution gives him the authority to do what he did. Protect this damn country. Biden doesn't need anything either, but you see what he's been saying, you know. Oh, I need Congress to act. He don't need jack. He needs to get out of office. But the person that would replace him right now is no better than he is. We got 2 fruitcakes. Imagine that. 2 of a kind. Well, I know who I'm going to vote for. I don't care if they put him out in Alcatraz. I'm voting for the man, okay? Because I've done seen this rodeo, and I believe most of the other people are wising up to this. You know, you got to have children. You got to have a safe border. You can't have cops walking around in the biggest city in this country getting beat up by illegals, and then they're what? Flipping the media off. Flipping the public off. Imagine that. So these people, a lot of these people are coming to this country. They're coming here for what reason? They're not coming here to be honest, law-abiding citizens. They're coming here to scam this country. It's obvious. Now, there's some that may be coming for the right reasons, but they need to come legally. And what about the people that are trying to come legally? They're sitting here waiting for months and years doing all the right things. Somebody's going to have to pay for this. Well, you know who it is. It's not Biden. Biden's not going to pay for these illegals. You people in New York City, you should be tired of this. Your mayor up there, you know, I don't know about him. Vote Trump. That's what I'm going to do. I don't know who he's going to pick for his running mate. It don't matter. I don't believe he'll pick Nikki Haley. She's delusional. Okay. You know, she's sort of still young, too, you know. DeSantis was smart. He got out. He's still young. He could still be president someday, possibly. But Nikki Haley, what she's doing, she's probably disqualifying herself in the eyes of a lot of voters. Okay. Yep. Vote Trump. That's the only way to teach these idiots a lesson. Okay. If Trump gets elected, these people will have second thoughts about the boomerang effect that I believe is happening. You know, the truth seems to always come out, don't it? Imagine that. The truth. Well, anyway, I hope everybody has a good evening.